Because that right there, funny stories and our personal story about the confidence. Here we go.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Hey.
You know who it is by now, okay? Same clothes, they changed.
Right.
So this segment is all about the soft look, right? Confidence and finding confidence in who you are, what you put on, how you take care of yourself, just feeling good, right? And so I know I had mentioned, I was like, I can only think to start from childhood memories.
Yeah.
Because, girl,
That's where I'll start.
my mama hates when I say this, but I'm like, my parents had me dressing like an old woman. Okay? I mean, my dad, I like a suit. A suit looks so nice. I would always be wearing suits. I would carry old lady bags. It was just a look. And I was like, I'm actually grateful for it because when I look back on it, it makes me smile. It's funny. It also taught me, it also taught me to, be mindful of what I'm wearing depending on where I'm at, all those things. But I will say, I'm very eclectic. Like, I like a bohemian look every once in a while. I like a businesswoman look every once in a while. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But I find for me that when I feel good in something, and I'm doing that with my wardrobe literally like right now, if I don't feel good in it, I just give it away. I just let it go because I'm like, I want to exude confidence in whatever I'm doing. And if I don't feel comfortable in what I'm wearing, it's going to be very hard to portray that.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And to give the energy I want to give to people no matter where I'm at. And that's whether it's a casual style or even a fancy style. So, girl, what was your journey like coming into confidence? Because you always dress real cute.
Thanks for that. I don't think I did. I said there's definitely been some seasons where I'm like, girl, what were you wearing? What were you doing? And I think that goes back to the people-pleasing tendency to becoming a chameleon to satisfy other people, right? And there were seasons, even while I've been married, that I look back, I'm like, sis, what? But this journey of evolving and discovering myself and what I like, I'm still in it. I'm still figuring it out. It's never finished work, I think. I'm like you. I like to be flexible. Honey, give me some biker shorts and a t-shirt and those little high socks and some tennis shoes or something. Love that
Girl,
feel.
you blessed me with them high socks. They're my first little pair of high socks.
Aren't they so cozy?
They are so soft.
Yes. I have some black ones too. They're just, cozy. But I like that look. I love like more just like soft, more sophisticated look. I feel like that also helps exude a message that I want to be received about me, which is that I'm someone who cares about how I look. That I'm trying to portray a message of I'm serious. Especially in the work that I do. Like, I do think that there's different environments. For example, right now I'm working with a personal trainer. So I go to his gym and I get content of him. That's a perfect situation for me to wear my biker shorts and a t-shirt, right? But otherwise, I'm going to show up in a professional manner because I do think that what you wear does send a message. And I will say, something I am thankful for from my parents, mostly my mother, growing up, was that she always taught us the importance of dressing nice. And that looked different. That didn't always mean that we were dressed like we were going to the prom, but we always had our hair done, clothes looking decently, and that's just something that I treasure because I do think that it just encompasses you as a person and the messages you send. So, like you though, I have a Pinterest board, and that's just a plug for anybody, I guess, for some inspiration as you try to figure out what your style is. I go on Pinterest and I'll just like scroll through different looks and I save and create a board that matches some looks I'd like to imitate or just create my own of. And I kind of go through, and I found this on TikTok. But there's a girl,
TikTok.
We love the TikTok. But there was a girl who showed how she was able to establish her styles that way too. And I had already been doing that, but another layer to it was, now go through all the things you saved and pick out the patterns you see. I see a lot of hats in these pictures. Maybe I want to wear hats.
Wow.
I see this color a lot. Let's experiment with this color of the style. So I just feel like as you develop yourself and what you like and give yourself the permission to like it regardless of who says what, then you could just start creating. So I'm like you. I mean, I think my overall sentiment is like I want to portray a classy, sophisticated look, but in the same playful, adventurous. I even like a bohemian look too. Like, I know.
Yeah, I love that. That's great tips for me, because I do have some things like on my wall. I have different things of how to style things together. I know for me, a big piece of that was always my weight, because I was bullied a lot about my weight. And then the adults around me loved them, but I think that there was a missed opportunity to pour back into me, because, you know, I wasn't a fat child. I wasn't overweight. I wasn't obese. Right now, doctor's charts, that might say something else, but we know how that is, right? We're saying, like, literally, I was still moving, I was active, you know, all that stuff, but some of the words that came, it was like, you're not pretty like them, you're not, you know, cute like them, and that resonated with me. It was in my heart to the point where when I started trying to figure out what should I look like, it was like, well, nobody cares anyway, because nobody's looking at me like that. So while I always looked nice, I never felt comfortable in what I wore. I'm just now getting to, like, I like a little shoulder, right? I like some legs, I like different things, and it's like, and I can do that and still be classy, not be looking like I'm just trying to put everything out there, because that's not my style. But like you said, I love a good classy look. I love a good relaxed, chill look, right? If I could, I would probably be in a swimsuit and shorts, because I hate clothes a lot of the times, like just everyday life, you know? Like my dad, like, you real country. Well, my family's from the country, so I must get it honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally just allow myself, like you said, to have permission to be who I am. I don't have to try to be who anyone else is. And it's like, I know how to dress for church, I know how to dress for vacation, and in between we still figuring all that out. But I am starting with knowing the styles that you want and what you don't want, and then if it don't feel good on you, don't keep trying to make it work. That's something I always do, for thoughts that other people would think it was nice, for thoughts that maybe I do look okay, but, you know. And then I remember when I went through the phase where it was like, you know, letting people that have no investment in what I'm doing in my life determine how I'm gonna look, and I just was like, that ain't gonna work. And the more and more I'm taking that back, I'm owning, this is me, you know. Like, you might see me in a long maxi dress one day, and then you might see me with a skirt that's just a little bit above them knees, honey. Like, and ain't nothing wrong with it, right? And learning how to dress yourself, especially being top heavy, right? It's like figuring stuff out, because that's a whole thing. Like, you really have to really learn how to take care of yourself and present yourself when you do have a little extra on the top or the bottom. You know, like, it's for all of us. So I'm just like, I'm glad now that I'm at a place where I'm really getting comfortable with just being in my skin. And I'm finding my style. I'm finding what it looks like. And it's okay to be doing that at 35.
Absolutely.
It's okay to be doing that.
There's nothing wrong with that. And I want to say something, and, you know, just to reply to the type of comments that you were receiving at a young age. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. Because now, as adults, we now know how that affected us. And if we can help another woman, another child, male, female, don't matter, not have to deal with those complexes, we're not doing it. We're lifting them up, and it's not your business to be, you have to realize you're planting a seed in someone's mind that will ripple into different areas of their lives. And we're just not doing that. So if we're going to go back to the golden rule, if you ain't got something nice to say, don't say nothing at all. It's not your business, because I'm sure there's something we could come to you about. To critique you about. And we don't want to plant those seeds in your life. We don't want to plant good seeds.
Exactly.
So just wanted to address that, because I feel like it's just not your business.
Because thank you, because I'm like, whether I see a little girl that is very petite and tiny, or a little girl that got a little chunk in the mouth, right? I'm like, you are so cute. Your little outfit is bomb. You look great. Like, I am so much like that. And I remember even as a kid, when it was happening to me, I was opening my mouth and I was saying things to people, even when I was hurt, when I saw it happening to others. Because I knew what it felt like to go home and feel bad about myself, right? And I'm so grateful that at the end of my father's life, I was able to talk to him about, he was a girl dad. And my dad was very unfiltered, if you knew him. Like, anybody knows, he would just say whatever. And I was able to tell him, like, sometimes there were things you would say that would hurt, you know, and you were trying to help, but it wasn't helpful, because those same things you were saying were things that people were saying at school. And while I knew my dad loves me and he cares, his words sound just like these people. And that's why even as adults, we have to take time to learn how to speak to our children, how to speak to our peers, because you don't know how the power of what you're saying, even if your intent is not to be harmful, your impact that you have on somebody can really shape their lives. And I'm so grateful because my dad looked at me and he said, I am so sorry I didn't know that it was coming off like that. Like, I really wanted you to be healthy. And it was just like, okay, so then what would that mean? Nowadays, that means we eat together well. We work outside together. We do activities together. We find out, what do you like to do? Not trying to force something on them, you know, and like all those things play a part in building the confidence of young girls. And so I know that my journey when it comes to girls, because Father, in the name of Jesus, that's a whole nother world when you're dealing with girls. But as far as empowering them, I can do that all day. Because I know what it felt like to feel unempowered. And to feel so low about myself. And to feel like every boy thought I was ugly. And that none of them would like me. Came to find out that it was very untrue. But then that also turns to other issues that can come up when you're trying to work out how you handle yourself with young men. And how you take care of yourself in general. Right? Because some girls don't even care about their body. They just whatever. And it's like, that's part of fitness. That's part of what you eat, you know, all that stuff. So, girl, it, like you said, it has ripple effects. And praise God for growth.
Seriously. Because what would we be without it? What would we be? Who would we be? Where would we be? So we thank the Lord.
Yes, we do. So, like she said, we're not doing that. So, please be mindful of how you're speaking to the young people in general in your life. How you are addressing them about their attire, about their physique, whatever it is, because you never know ultimately how long it's going to take them to come out of the idea of what they think they are based on the words that you're saying. Right? You can do everything with love. You can do every single thing with love and without tearing down. Just ask God for the guidance. So, there's that.
Beautiful.